Hi everyone, this is Angela here, and tonight I want to, as promised, talk about the email that I sent to my golden child brother. And, I talked about my feelings and said what I had to say to him with regard to my mother. So I'm going to read you this email and I'm going to give you his response. And I'm going to explain to you the dynamics of the golden child and how the golden child lives in the world of non reality. Okay? So here we go. I heard that mom died on your birthday, and there are some things that I have to say now that she is gone. First of all, I never stopped Jerry from going to see her. Geraldine would go on visits to see her on Saturdays from time to time. Jerry would take the bus up to go and see her, and mom would just ignore her and cater to the other patients. It got to the point where one of the other patients told Jerry to just go on with her life because Mildred saw that mom had no interest. I didn't have the time to sit there on a Saturday to visit with that woman when I have 10,000 other things to do that I can't get done during the week. To be honest with you, I never held a grudge concerning her. It just hurt too much to have a relationship with a woman who never cared about anyone. She's incapable of loving anyone, and I saw that firsthand back in 2009. I just wanted to move on with my life and put it all behind me. Anyway, I don't know what, if anything, is left for Jerry. I don't think it was right that she was robbed of her money that Daddy left her. But what can I do about it now? I also got cheated out of my executor's fee for handling Daddy's estate, but that's gone too. Anyway, there is something that you don't know about Mom. I never told you because she was old, and I didn't want her to be alone. You have to understand something. Mom did not have dementia or bipolar. That woman was a very clever and deviant liar. She knew how to play people and did so quite cunningly. Mom was a narcissist. She had absolutely no emotional connection with other human beings, even her own children. It was all about her and what she wanted. She was very covert in the diabolical things that she did. As I tried to explain to you, these were not mere mistakes. These were acts of evil. Basically, a narcissist is an emotionally stunted individual who lacks empathy, compassion, remorse, and who does not respect the boundaries of others. Narcissists exploit people for their own benefit, and it does not matter how much pain they cause others. It's all about what is best for the narcissist. I could give you example after example pointing out the narcissistic personality disorder in her, but then I'd be here all night. So what the hell is the point? So I will just tell you what you never knew about the most terrible thing that she did to Grandma, which happened on your wedding day, September 18th, 1993. It was raining that day, and Mom told me that Grandma said that we needed to go to the bride's house to help Natalie get ready for the wedding. Grandma never said that to me or to her. Did she say that to you? So you had dropped us off at Linda's house in South Philly, and she did not know why we were there. So I said to Linda that Joe dropped us off, and she was upset and said, "What's wrong with him?" Anyway, I had said to Mom that I was supposed to drive Grandma and Aunt Carol to the wedding. Oh my God, how is Grandma going to get to the wedding? I can't go back to the Northeast. What are we going to do? Then I remembered that Rocky was picking up Jerry, who was on Bonot Street. So I told Mom to call Rocky and tell him to pick up Jerry and swing by and pick up Grandma and Aunt Carol since they live nearby. So I saw her make the call to Rocky, and guess what? She pretended to call Rocky, but she did not. When the ceremony began, I saw Rocky, his wife Janet, and Jerry at the church, and Grandma and Aunt Carol were not there. So I looked at Jerry and whispered, "Where's Grandma?" Jerry shrugged her shoulders. Everything was chaos that day, and it happened so fast. I did not know what had happened. Rocky acted like he didn't know what we were talking about. So I started looking into the matter, and I asked Jerry, did Rocky say that Mom called him and that he had to pick up Grandma and Aunt Carol? Jerry said no, she never called them. In other words, Mom deliberately set that up so that Grandma would miss the ceremony. Grandma was devastated that she missed the ceremony. You know why Mom did that? Because Mom hated Grandmom, because Grandmom was the one who everyone loved. As a result, Grandma missed out on the ceremony, all of the pictures at the church, the receiving line, etc. She genuinely cared about all of us kids. Mom always put herself first above everyone, and that's how a covert narcissist operates. They are masters at creating triangulation and chaos. I got fed up in 2009. I did not need to live in her house. I was trying to help her by staying there until Daddy's estate settled, but she shot off a big mouth, and the wolf came in and fed her grandiose delusions. So instead of listening to reason and common sense, she catered to that drug dealer. I should have known better and not moved in that house, but I used poor judgment, and the rest is history. I highly doubt that she had dementia because I visited her one time in 2017 and all she did was talk about herself. She was quite cognizant of everything going on around her and was sharp as a tack. So do you mean to tell me that after 8 years of being diagnosed with dementia, the disease did not progress? She had everyone fooled. She loved being in that home with people taking care of her, unlike her mother-in-law who dropped dead taking care of her responsibility of raising a child. The only way that I could cope with it was to go no contact. I got sick and tired of her nonsense. She went in front of a judge and got a restraining order against me simply because I was furious that she gave that drug dealer keys to the house. She caused me so much embarrassment and legal fees on top of it. She was under his spell because he fed her grandiose delusions, which are not the same as psychosis. In other words, she was not out of her mind like a schizophrenic or bipolar. She did not suffer from mania because if she had, there would be no way that she could hold a job down for over 30 years without being diagnosed with bipolar disorder. She did not care whether or not I was okay or if I had a place to stay after she served that restraining order. Why? Because there was no human connection between her and me. You don't have to take my word for it, but she was a covert narcissist and highly manipulative. She did nothing but exploit people for her own benefit. And if there ever came a need where it was required for her to be responsible, she had no time. It was not our grandmother's responsibility to raise Natalie. Grandma was very old and in poor health, but of course the narcissist didn't care. Why should she? Just another example of lack of empathy for others. She criticized Grandma unmercifully and exploited her at the same time, using her for free childcare and holiday meals. Like I said, narcissist. That's all I have to say. I'm not angry that I did not know about the funeral because basically there was no relationship there. And do you know who helped me sort this out? My psychologist helped me sort it out. And he made me see that this adds up to narcissism. You reap what you sow. I don't want to talk about that woman anymore. I'm emotionally healthy and happy with my life. And I have moved on. Hopefully God forgave her and she was saved. But she has a lot to answer for. I felt bad for Grandma. She was so good to us all, and all that woman did was exploit her goodness and crap all over her. I said what I had to say, and that's it. Peace. Angela. Okay, so his response was very short response. She died with dignity around the people that were in her life for the last 10 years. We've called it a day. I could care less what you think. Do not email me again. Oh, so the hero's son, that was the loving son that went to go see his mama, you know, who put on this facade as he was such the great hero. Well, guess what? This individual lives in the non-reality world because she died with dignity in a home where she was nursed and catered to. My grandmother dropped dead, literally taking care of her daughter, okay? She was doing chores to take care of her daughter, okay? And my little sister, and she fell and broke her hip and went into the hospital and never came out and dropped dead. My father lived in squalor from her hoarded mess and he was rushed to the hospital, dropped dead. So that was my father's last moments of his life. Okay, was to live in a house that was full of squalor. But see, that doesn't matter. All the victims who she victimized, all that matters was her. And I'll tell you what. In the past, okay, my mother would always pull her stunts, and with the religion and, family pressure and everything. Oh, you have to forgive her. Oh, she's your mother. Oh, she loves you. She's your mother. Forgive her, forget. And I'm sure that so many people in this community have gone through the same thing. You have to care about your mother. She's your mother, because it's not normal for a mother to have no emotional connection to their child. Okay? But I saw that in 2009. Okay, so let's recap what happened in 2009. In 2009, after I spent 2 years of my life cleaning up a horrible hoard, as bad as you see on the show Hoarders, okay? In the United States, they have that show called Hoarders, and that's what she was, a level 5 hoarder, and it took me 2 years. When my little sister was 13 years old and my grandmother died, okay, my brother, who acts like he's such a wonderful person, okay, he and his wife had a 4-bedroom house with empty bedrooms. He neither opened his heart nor his door to take my little sister in and give her care so that she wouldn't have to live in a house full of squalor. No, he turned his back on his own sibling, okay? And it's like, they got to the outside world, to the people that he associates with. He has to come off as looking as the hero, the great son who took care of his mother. Okay, he's full of crap, and so is my mother. They're both full of crap. And basically that response to the email is basically just to gaslight me. No, I'm the great guy. You're the evil one. You're the evil, terrible daughter who didn't bother for all those years, who was selfish and didn't care. No, I wasn't. After she served me with that restraining order, she went to my cousin Janet's house for a picnic, because I was served June the 23rd, 2009. And she went with that drug dealer that was feeding her grandiose delusions on July 4th. And my little sister was there. And she turns around, and my little sister told me that she went and she was bragging about what a wonderful thing she served her daughter with the restraining order, simply because I was furious that she gave this drug dealer keys to our house so that he could come in and out whenever and how many times, whenever he pleased, do whatever he felt like it, like he lived there and owned the place. And that's the reality of my life. And what had happened was, in the past, like I said, it was always forgive and forget. When she pulled the stunt on Easter Sunday, 1995, where she blurted out that I had an abortion on Easter Sunday just to stick the knife in my grandmother's back, and to, like, she got a double cha-ching, a 2-for-1 thing, stabbing the knife in my back because I told her to stop. She was carrying on in the car because she had gotten a fight with my father. And I told her to stop, and I said, you always ruin everything. We had to start fighting. And that was her opportunity to rage and blurt that out. And ruined Easter, and that was the last Easter of my grandmother's life. Okay? And then when I said, when I confronted her and I said, you hurt me, why did you do something like that on that day of all days, okay? And why would you hurt grandmom like that? That was something very personal and private to be talking about. Her response was, oh, that's nothing. Lots of women have abortions. That's a narcissist. Okay? So then I started to go no contact. I didn't talk to her for 2 years. After that, my grandmother had died that following October after the Easter Sunday incident. And that's what happened. And when grandmom was dying, she never bothered to go to the hospital. During the last years of my grandmother's life, she never bothered to go and help her, because my grandmother was taking care of her daughter. My mother's response was, well, I had to go to work. So, in other words, because she had to go to work because she had bills, that excuses her from abandoning her responsibilities as a mother to a defenseless child, right? A helpless, defenseless child who can't take care of herself. Okay? Yeah, I know she was old, and yeah, I know she was in a nursing home. And I'll tell you what really got to her. After the reunion from my reunion video, Narcissistic Mother, she saw that I was not forgiving her. She saw that, everyone had abandoned her except for the golden child. Okay, she saw that. Okay, and believe me, it did affect her. It did. And I'm sorry, but I have no regrets. I have no regrets because these people have to be held accountable for their behavior. Okay, I do not care if she is a narcissist. That is no excuse for year after year, incident after incident, to be subjected over and over to abuse as a scapegoat. When she did what she did in 2009, I said, bye-bye. I'm done. And I meant it. And I went there in 2017 to confront her about what she did, and she showed no remorse, and she did not have dementia. She did not die of dementia-related illnesses, of a dementia-related illness. She died of congested heart failure because she was a smoker. Yeah. That's why. And, it's not about holding a grudge. It's not about anger. It's about, as long as you stay in contact with a narcissist, okay, you are the one that's going to be subjected to pain over and over and over again, because they don't change ever for anyone. Okay? And, he can live in his delusional world of non-reality, because it is non-reality, because I know what he did. He himself, I'll tell you what he is. He's nothing but an abuser, okay? He abused me and violated every boundary you could think of when I was a child, okay? And he also abused a mentally challenged woman, my sister Geraldine, who I call Jerry. Okay, he got mad at her because she couldn't hold her bowels, and she got poop on his bed, and he intimidated her. He shoved her, and he told her that she had to sleep on the kitchen floor. And the mental health community was outraged. They were going to get the law involved until I had to have her removed, and that's it. Yeah. So he could try to gaslight it all he wants. But I'm here to tell my side of the story to the world, okay, of the truth. And the reason why he doesn't want to contact me is because he's a coward. A coward. Do you understand what a coward is? Somebody who can't see the truth. Because when you look at me, when he looks at me in these two eyes, which he can't look at me, I see him many times downtown, and when he walks past me, he walks past with his head down. Because I know the truth. I know the truth. These two eyes saw the truth, witnessed the truth, and so does my sisters. And that's why none of us bother with the golden child. Okay? Because the golden child is the next generation of narcissists.